Alright, I had to stop the camera. You know what I'm saying? Till I get this lit. So it is what it is, man. I want to get this lit. Cause them, I don't know if there's mosquitoes out here like that, be hovering all around you. You know what I'm saying? And when I came out here today, like I was telling the brother, you know what I'm saying? I got out of the shower, I ain't put no lotion on. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I look dry, I don't care. But when you put that lotion on, them mosquitoes come around you because of that smell. But I ain't putting no lotion on, and I was telling this brother, if brothers see me, you know what I'm saying, they'll be like, oh man, he done lost his spirit, look how dry he is. Nah, I ain't putting no lotion on, man. On purpose. On purpose, man, so them mosquitoes just stay away from it, man. You know what I'm saying? Craziness out here. But read what you got, bro.
All right, I had two other ones that I wanted to read in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. One's a Douay Rheims Bible. It says, and as wine deceiveth him that drinketh it.
Yeah. His teaching, his philosophy, his democracy, so to speak. Go ahead.
It says, so shall the proud man be.
So, since he's in his power seat, Esau Edom, okay, and his so-called democracy been working this long, he have become proud, man. See, he have become proud. Go ahead.
And he shall not be honored.
He shall not be honored in what? In the eyes of YAHAWASHI, man. Because he wicked. You see? Now we were just listening to the colonel how they was taking over Syrian wheat. Go ahead. And was trying to cause a famine so they would die out. Go ahead.
Who hath enlarged his desire like hell,
Okay.
and is himself like death. And he is never satisfied, but will gather together unto him all nations, and heap together unto him all people.
Yup. That's Esau Edom, man. You see?
This one right here, this is the Good News translation. It says, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, wealth is deceitful, greedy people are proud and restless. Like death itself, they are never satisfied. That is why they conquer nation after nation for themselves.
See? That's Esau Edom, man. So you see how that works? And that colonel was telling you that. And read the actual King James Version again.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, man. That's Esau Edom, man. Going around rape, robbing, and murdering, man. To make all these nations subject unto him using the sword.
Fields. Those also were produced in that northern portion beyond the Euphrates River. And the idea was that by stealing the oil and the gas, we would be able to shut down the transportation system, and at the same time, during the Syrian winters, we could freeze to death the Syrian civilian population, which in many cases were living in rubble, where these terrorist armies with mechanized divisions had attacked and just totally destroyed these cities and left people just living in little pockets of rubble. We wanted to starve, and we wanted to freeze to death the people of Syria, and that was Plan B. Now, we became frustrated at a certain point that somehow these Syrians, these darn Syrians, it's a tiny little country, and why are these people resilient? They're fighting against 2/3 of the entire military and industrial force of the world, how can a nation of 23 million people possibly withstand this for over a decade? And so we decided we had to take action or we were going to totally lose Syria. And so the US Congress imposed the Caesar Sanctions. The Caesar Sanctions were the most brutal sanctions ever imposed on any nation. I mean, during the Second World War, sanctions were not nearly as strict as they were on Syria. We were at war with Syria, and yet we had a naval blockade around the country. We devalued their currency through the SWIFT system for international payments, making it impossible for them to purchase medications. So you had Syrian women who would contract breast cancer, just like we have here in this country. But instead of here in this country, where breast cancer has become relatively treatable, we cut off the medical supplies so that the women in Syria would die of breast cancer because they could not get the medications because we slammed their dollars through the SWIFT system.
So you see how this devil is doing in the earth. You see how this devil is doing in the earth. And then when this place get destroyed, okay, these nations are going to be happy. Not the merchants that's making money off this place, they not going to do it. But the nations, the average citizen that's in these countries, they going to be happy that America is gone because of what it's doing in the earth, man. You see, they're going to be happy America been wiped out. And the Israelites, the Negro Latinos and Native Americans are back in power, man. And this Edomite, the devil that the Bible speaks of, so-called white man, is taken out of power, man. You see, they're going to be happy, man. So what I want is give me Psalm 10 and 4. Psalm 10 and 4, and you might get the apocrypha. Psalm 10 and 4. So while this so-called white man is in power, right? Read what you got in Psalm 10 and 4.
All right, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Because guess what? He's wicked. So-called white man is wicked, and he's using that sword to conquer everybody. So he's not thinking about the Most High. He's not thinking about the Most High in his son. He don't care, man. And you heard that colonel saying about how they were starving out the Syrian people over there, and the women who had breast cancer couldn't even get the Medicaid or the Medicare that they needed, so they would die out. See? That's what this Edomite is doing on the other side of this world, man.
Right.
That's what this Edomite is doing, man. And them heathens we talking about. So-called white man, the heathen, and them Syrians are heathens. Okay? But this is what they're doing. In the so-called white man eyes, we, the Negro Latinos and Native Americans, are looked at as heathens. That's why he do what he do to us. You see? Because as long as we at the bottom, he can stay wealthy. See? He can stay wealthy. He can stay wealthy because he got the chosen people at the bottom, and the chosen people are the biggest resource on the planet. Negro Latinos and Native Americans, the true biblical Israelites, man. And as long as we at the bottom and rebelling against the Most High, he can continue doing what he's doing, man. And that's what he's doing throughout the earth. Rape, robbery, and murder, man. So read that again.
All right, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
See? The Heavenly Father and his Son is not in the Edomites' thoughts, man. They getting trillions from these nations, taking their resources, man. That's how the so-called white man got in power. You Negro Latinos and Native Americans think that the so-called white man got in power by working the 9 to 5, right, and going to college. No, the so-called white man got into power on the left-hand side, set up by the Most High. And when he was set up by the Most High and his Son, he went around with the sword, killing and destroying strongholds. That's how we got into power. So you niggas like to go to Native Americans looking at this so-called white man and wishing that you had what they had, you ain't gonna never get it. Not on this side, because of what? You gotta break, rob, murder in order to get it. And you gotta be set up by the Most High. So trying to stack a check with a check with a check and going to college, you out of there, man. So-called white man ain't going to college to get trillions. He robbing nations and putting them in slavery and wiping them out, man. See that? You see? So give me what you got in 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 58. 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 58. And it's some more heat on that video, man, which I'm about to skip this part because I can't get all of it. But I can tell you some of it that he's talking about when he started going into Syria about the women. He say, man, what? They got to be down that way. Yes, ma'am. All right. But when he talk about them Syrian women, what them the military that America set up, which is the proxy military, okay, what they was doing was going into Syria, killing off the men and raping their women, man. Okay, that's what was going on. They was killing off the military men. Okay, I'm talking about the terrorists that America was funding and giving weapons. They was killing off the men and raping the women and the children, man. That's what they was doing over there, man.
You said there was a lot of pedophiles?
Yeah, a lot of pedophiles was over there, okay? In that war, snatching the children, man. You see, that's what was going on. But he gonna speak on that. But I'm about to skip that part, okay? But I'm gonna show y'all where it's at, what I was looking at. I'm gonna give y'all the, let me see, what I was looking at. There it is right there. Okay, that's where you can find that video if you wanna watch it some more. But I'm about to, if you wanna watch the entirety of it, okay? But there's somewhere else I wanna go. Let me see. Oh, that's 16. So I wanna go to 18. So I want to go there. Alright. Now, what you got, bro? In the pocket.
Alright, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 58.
Go ahead.
And said in their hearts that there is no God, no power. Yeah, and that knowing they must die, verse 59, for as the things of...
No, 58.
Okay, so
read that again.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 58. And said in their hearts that there is no power, yeah, and that knowing they must die.
So Esau, Edom, when he goes around in the earth, since the Most High ain't stopped him, okay, doing what he's doing, he looking at it like the Most High don't exist. He the power of the earth. See? Since the Most High, YAHAWASHI ain't stopped him, and he getting all this wealth, and he using his military might and his sword, he's looking at it like the Most High don't exist. I'm the power on the earth. And the scriptures say, by him not believing in the Most High and his son, he must die. Read that again, bro.
All right, this is second
Read it
Ezra.
verbatim.
Okay. All right. This is second Ezra chapter 8, verse 58. And said in their hearts that there is no God, yeah, and that knowing they must die.
See? Because he's full of pride, man. And he getting all this money. He getting all these resources. He's looking at it like the Most High and his son don't exist.
Right.
They ain't stopped me.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep going. And that's why he over there in Ukraine. See? That's why he gonna go after Iran. See? He ain't gonna stop, man. And that's why he gonna try to complete his New World Order by chipping the world, man. See? He ain't gonna stop. He's stubborn. You see? You can't change his mind. You see? So, this is what I want to do. Bring out this. I got some more, right?
Everything is being done for altruistic reasons, but it's not.
Part of your military service was as a JAG officer, and for a period of time you were the Army's criminal head of the criminal law division at the Pentagon. And in that light, what do you see as the of how these Caesar sanctions? How would you look at those from the perspective of international law and military law?
Well, now, I was not the international law expert. I was the criminal law expert, but I would say that making war on a civilian population is a crime of grave significance in the law of war. One of the things that we did as we allied ourselves with Al Qaeda
So it don't
and
fall down.
on and off with ISIS. I mean, we fought ISIS in a very serious way, but at the same time, we often employed them to use against the Syrian government. So it's kind of a love-hate, but we have always worked with the terrorists. They were the core.